gotta take my glasses off, and here comes Jason. Let's see if it's Jason. No, it's Hans. Jason, what's up? Big Kev, Nathan. Republicans since control of the U.S. Senate, I think it said. Emily, what's up? Yeah, I was just trying to read some of the results. I don't have that good a connection here. Nettie, what's up? They didn't have the blue wave they was talking about. The results of the election, midterms. Yeah, I hate that stuff. Cruz kept his. Oh yeah, Florida's in bad shape, dude. Florida continues to try to be California. Ah, okay. You used to be a net. Gotcha. Yeah, Cruz locked his in. They've got such a turnout, it's just blowing them away. Now in Atlanta, suburbs of Atlanta, we're going to hear a lot of bitching because normally they don't have a good turnout for midterms, and they only had 3 polling booths in there, which normally they got 10 on a real election, you know, on presidential election, and they've got such a turnout that they got a line for hours. And I already know how the Democrats have played off. Well, I didn't realize I was wearing a blue shirt. No, I'm not part of the blue wave. But I wore my red shirt to vote this morning. Big old flag on it. Me and Grandma wore matching shirts. But it rides up too high. I didn't want to wear it all day. Carlos, what's up? Well, last I heard, Florida wasn't looking too good. That Democrat had won. And Georgia's still a toss-up. Now, this is a Papa Joe shirt. I ain't taking it off. And blue happens to be my favorite color. Say what? Well, problem is midterms is never a good turnout. JJ, did you go vote today, JJ? Did you get your ID fixed? Oh, we got down there to ours. Yep, just saying Cruz just defeated O'Rourke, which we knew he would. We got to our voting place, and we had to wait an hour. They was having computer issues, but they got it fixed about 8 o'clock. Them women that was working in there, they was not happy girls. My wife heard one of them on the phone with the powers to be. She was hot. DMV was closed due to elections. Well, our trucks will idle, my truck will idle if it's below 35. and it'll idle if it's over 85. I don't know what these new ones are going to do. 49 for the Senate, good. Well, that's cool. Did they let you vote, or are you just saying that so I don't jump your butt? Carlos went and voted twice. They let him vote once off of his ID and then once without it, saying it was an illegal. That's how California is. Oh yeah. Oh, the turnout is just so crazy. They said in 12, what was it, 21 million turned out to vote, period, altogether. And just in early voting, they had damn near 40 million turned out just for early voting. That's why if everything ain't counted, I'm not going to count nothing done until the last count's in. Exactly, it's 2020. You've been back to Cabbage Patch Land, ain't you? Got all them birth certificates again. Well, it ain't like you've been out driving a truck, JJ. You had time to get that ID fixed. Go get it fixed tomorrow. That way you'll be ready to vote in 2020. Some people, you got to give them a head start on stuff. JJ, there will be an election, another one in 2 years. Actually, it'll probably be another one next year, but you know, it'll be minor. But have it ready for 2020. How many of y'all went and ordered any of my shirts? Me and Grandma got ours in Monday. Tell you what, I am really impressed with the quality of shirts that they are. I really like them. The Little Joe was trying to do it just from an uneducated decision, and he did good. He did good. Now, I'd already been told by some of the people that got some of them earlier when we first started running the t-shirts. Wow. Yeah, they're good shirts. Well, why not? Obama printed one from Hawaii. Mitch, you're terrible. Oh, sure, there was a lot of that was planned out. You know, I know a lot of people call them the Democrats and all this, but they're really not stupid. They have plots and plans. And, you know, if they were stupid, they couldn't just blatantly rip us all off like they do. I mean, they get their little guaranteed retirement, insurance, and everything else up there in Washington, D.C. Then they get paid by the big people and all that. They're not stupid. They want you to think they are, but they're really not stupid. And that goes for both sides. That just eats my goat. All they got to do is get elected in, get swore in, work basically one day, which is the day they got to take swear in, and then tomorrow, if something happens, they get a lifetime retirement. And their retirement's a hell of a lot more than you and I make working for a living. Well, unless you're Carlos. Carlos is in the big bucks, but you know. Well, him and JJ, they got something going on. I ain't sure what. I understand, Emily. I totally. Well, I just now got ordered them, and they're my shirts. And I just ordered them a little while back, so I definitely understand being broke. That's why when I get on here talking to you all about money and supporting the channel and stuff, I tell you, don't do nothing that's going to really hurt you. You know? I've been poor all my life. I understand being poor. What up, Sandra? Yeah, exactly. Pensions, book deals, speaking engagements. Look how much Slick Willie's making off his speaking engagements. Well, JJ, you wouldn't even be able to cook a hot dog then. Because them pennies I got don't burn worth a damn. Howdy, Sandra. Well, cool, Emily. I had someone that sent me a pre-trip that they had saved from their class that they've recently taken. And I just emailed it to Carlos. I don't know if I actually got the attachment in it or not. And I'll have him put that up on the Patreon page so that it'll be up there where you got a clue what you're going to have to do for your pre-trip. And this is for your test. I thought it was cool of them to share that with me. Blackbeard, what's going on? Oh, it ain't gone all bad. I hear you say what? Well, you know, anybody lives in California, they got the money. That's why California's rolling in it. You hear them all the time say, that's how we roll. Well, that's what they're talking about is the money. I thought about moving out there just so I could get rich. Oh yeah, I wasn't leaving home till I voted today. Company went through a lot of hoops to get me home today where I could vote, so kudos to the company. Now, unfortunately, it's throwing my weekly click off a little bit, so now I'm sitting up here at the yard waiting on a load tomorrow. Don't have a clue where it's going. Joshua, what's up? I don't vote early. Right? The meltdowns will be hysterical. What up, Michael? Big Mike there, he's parked behind me. They are a good company overall. Now, it is trucking. They got their little faults. But I can't complain. Overall, they take good care of me. They cater to me a little bit, as long as I don't get stupid and cry and whine too much. But yeah, they're a good outfit. Actually, see, Hill, the suicide knob was outlawed years ago. However, you do still see some. I don't know if they're still outlawed, but there's a reason they called them a suicide knob or a wrist breaker. I hear you. Well, kick that load off, man. I just don't believe in voting early. I think we have an election day for a reason, and it makes me feel like my vote counts a little bit more. If you vote early and vote absentee and all that, there's been too much stuff in our history that has happened to them votes. So for me, it's basically a personal preference. And I don't care if I have to take off work a week to be at home to vote. I won't be home to vote. Oh, Michael, you're in trouble now. Maybe I should have drove around and looked for you, just in case you was blind. Uh-huh. Michael, you might want to go back over there, and they're big, white, long, oblong things. They're called trailers. The hard part is matching up them three little numbers that's on your phone to the trailer. Just get out by each one and hold it up and compare them. You know how we used to play the matching game? That's what you got to do. And if you find three that matches, all three matches, it's like winning the lottery. And for y'all that don't, well, none of y'all know, trailer Michael was supposed to pick up wasn't on the yard. So I'm busting his chops. And the big boss is coming in to make sure that he could read the trailers, that he didn't overlook it. But he's like me. He made 3 trips in there. I've done the same stuff. And I've had it where my trailer wasn't there before. It happens. Oh. There are 2 big old dogs running beside us over there. One of them looked like a boxer, but they're up in the shadows. Yes, we are force dispatch to a degree. When you hire on over here, they ask you what's your preference, and they do their best to keep you in your preference. However, if they have a load that's got to go, and you're the only driver available, you got to go. I have not had them force me up into the crazy places where I get mad and threaten to quit. However, they have had me out of my region. I run regional, Oklahoma to Texas, basically. Take in a little bit of Louisiana, Arkansas, stuff like that. But they have had me run over into Missouri and Illinois. Load had to be covered. And I'm a firm believer that if they take care of me, I should take care of them. Friday when I was up here, they had a load that they needed picked up over at our dedicated shipper, and our shipper was wanting to close early Friday. And I happened to be on the yard, and they asked me, Joe, would you go pick this load up for us? You need to be there by 2 o'clock. With, like I said, with stuff they do for me, I couldn't tell them no. I said, yeah, man, y'all take care of me, I'll take care of you. Ain't no big deal. I mean, and they're one of the fastest loaders you ever seen. I've been out here over 25 years. That place, you can hardly walk inside do the 2 or 3 minutes worth of paperwork you got to do, which they already got it ready. All you got to do is electronic signature thing. They'll buzz you into the factory. You walk over to the docks, which ain't very far. Just boom, right there. 200 foot. They already have your trailer halfway loaded, if not all the way loaded. They have like 4 or 5 forklifts in there, and if they're not busy on something else and the truck hits that dock, it is nothing to have 4 or 5 forklifts, and they have it down, boy. I mean, it's like watching a performance. They'll stage on the left side of your door in line, waiting to go in. When you come out, you back to the right side of the trailer, and the one from the left zooms in. I mean, it's like a dance. And they've got it down pat, and them boys are zooming. Unfortunately, I've asked them if I could record it, and the lady in the front there that we deal with, she's asked the powers to be, and they started to say yes and sent out a long list of stuff that I could and could not do, and then they said, never mind, it's such a hassle, sorry, no, appreciate you wanting to do it, but no. So I ain't gonna get to record it. So, but yeah, it's pretty awesome over there. I mean, they're on top of their game. All right, put it over there on Patreon, Carlos. It's average. It's national average. I ain't sure how much I'm making right now. How much am I making right now, Michael? I'm making like a penny or two more than you. I think I'm around 46, 47, somewhere in there. I'm not sure. Barry, what's up? I'm doing pretty good overall. He's a wannabe Santa Claus. You remember last week he was bitching about DOT calling him in and that young kid harassing him? That was one of the things that kid was harassing him about, being Santa Claus lookalike. It ain't all bad. And there's several bridges down there like that in the Houston area. They just hit 50 in the Senate. That's cool. I think they need 51 to make majority. So they need one more. I hear you, Barry. Aaron, what's going on? I'm doing fine, brother. Okay, Mike says I'm making like 47 cents. I have to either ask him or the wife. I really don't keep track of it, folks. I don't keep track of how many miles I do a week. You know, I don't see my settlement. It goes to the wife. My paycheck goes to the wife. All I get to see is a damn windshield. So I don't worry about it. My wife asked me if I got reimbursed for something or if I got paid for something. I'm like, hell, I don't know. You get the settlement. I should be asking you. I hate having hairs on my biscuit. Well, that's cool. $51 and $60. They're not going to get to 60. That ain't going to happen. 18 people, 19 people, and 11 thumbs up. Come on, folks. Hit that thumbs up. It won't hurt. The 18-mile bridge is the one I don't like over there in Louisiana. I got a ticket on that bad boy before. That one is just plumb stupid. I understand they had a major wreck years ago in the fog, so now they keep trucks down to 55, right lane only. Cars can do 60. It's stupid. Fog happens all over the country and big accidents happen all. Well, look what happened to Chattanooga. How long ago was that when they had that major pileup in Chattanooga over the fog on 75? Well, they sure in the hell didn't do something stupid with it like, excuse me. No, Mike's not jolly like Santa. He's a grumpy old fart. Yeah, I ain't doing flatbed no more, Blackbeard. I don't care what they pay. Cool. I don't know who you're tracking that with, Emily, but they're staying on top of it pretty good. $20 people and 16 thumbs up. We're catching up. 4 of you are slacking. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. Evasive, what's up? You gave your thumb, you're down to the shank. Uh-huh. Oh, really? And C-SPAN's reporting it right? Oh, not in California. They got taco trucks in California. They had to give up on the burritos because of all the beans. Well, if you're an illegal, you go to the burrito bunch. If you're supposed to be documented, you go to the taco truck. Dead gum driver. Some of these new drivers out here blow me away. This Loves here's got plenty of room for you to maneuver to get into places, and they'll come in backwards against the angle that the trucks are parked and try to jackknife it around. He finally gave up. That's MDS truck. No, I don't. So now you're going to try another one. JB Hunt's pulling out of the spot. Gonna pull up there and block him or something. No, he's doing the same thing. I tell you, they came in to exit's what they did. And this MDS, he could go ahead and pull down here towards me and back straight into that empty hole right there. Oh, well, that flatbed that's in that empty hole might not appreciate it. I see a flatbed in there now. Oh. Oh, I'm in Oklahoma. Emily's doing good, man. It's your Super Bowl. Evasive. I can have Carlos kick you out of here. Thomas, what's up? You're set up for the long run, are you, Emily? You got chips, dips, chocolate, salsa, brownies, and pies. I hope you've got some toilet paper, too, because you mix all that up and you're going to be busy. I hope you have a TV in the bathroom. Blackbeard, be good. Yeah, he is, and he's antisociable. Thomas, what's up? Thank you, and God bless you. I thought you got San Antonio last night. Well, if you're heading home, Barry, you better call and tell Jody to get out of there. You too, Blackbeard. Be safe, brother. God loves you. So do I. Here before long, I should have called Grandma before I got on here, dadgummit. Well, I could argue that about California having the best Mexican shops. We've been known to have a pretty good one here in Texas. I hear you, Barry. I'm in Oklahoma, and I ain't got a clue where I'm going tomorrow. We grew up eating raw taters. We grew up eating everything out of the garden. I've eaten corn off the cob, right off, just grab it off the stalk and peel it back. Oh, that was some of the sweetest, juiciest corn you'll ever get in your life. Smackover, Arkansas, huh? I'm waiting on Lisa to call you and tell you that she found your trailer. Then it's going to be a smackdown Oklahoma. Well, that and the cucumbers, bell peppers. Only thing we didn't eat raw out of the garden was okra. And to this day, I still don't like okra. In the right dishes, I'll eat it. I don't like okra. I had some kind of allergy to it or something. It's got a fuzz on it like peaches. And I had to pick that stuff and it would itch. Oh my God. And I didn't like it. It was always slimy. I can eat a little bit of it if it's out of one of them fast food joints, one of the chicken places, where it's deep fried and all that. I'll eat a few pieces of it, not much. Some of them Cajun dishes, they like to throw some of it in there. I don't like it. There ain't too many foods that I don't like, but okra's on the top of the list. The 21st will keep us updated. Dingville, huh? Well, that's why you give them the heads up, man, so she can tell them the paycheck's on the way, you got to go. Me, I get home, I take my hat off and I throw it in the door. If it comes back out, I go back to the truck. If it don't come back out, then after a couple minutes, I go on in the house. That old Texas gal I'm married to, she made her a damn bag of rattlesnakes. Really, Michael? Damn, you're good, man. It's already been delivered. That means it delivered early. Yeah, okra is not my favorite thing at all. There you go, Barry. I love a Mater sandwich. Ain't nothing wrong. There, say one saying the same thing. Mater sandwich. There you go. You know you country when you call them maters. No, we didn't have bread with it. We put it between cucumbers. You learn how to slice a cucumber the long way. Country boys, we started carrying knives pretty early. I was born with mine. Well, you go out there and you just peel that damn cucumber and slice it long ways. Take your mater and slice it in about 4 slices, and you end up with a sandwich yay thick. Had to do the damn hot sauce. I swear, Carlos, you act like a Mexican. Well, tell Bandit howdy. I don't like okra and nothing. Well, if it made you cry, I think I would have stopped. Love you, honey. I can't eat this shit. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking a beer. That's what a lot of people misunderstand about me. Being I'm a Christian man and I don't drink, ain't nothing wrong with having a beer once in a while. Or 3 or 4. And the good book don't tell you not to drink. It tells you not to be a drunkard. And being a drunkard don't mean that you can't get drunk once in a while. Just don't get stupid drunk. And don't make a habit of it. You know, Paul did tell Timothy to drink more wine. Of course, it was for a different reason. I'm ignoring you, Carlos. You keep it up, I'm going to tell you to kick yourself out. It ain't going nowhere, huh? Good night, Barry. No, I don't do hot sauce anymore. Back in my day, I used to. I tell you what, I went to work at a brick mill where they make the little red bricks. Man, them suckers was hot too. I was fresh out of the Marine Corps. I'm about a year out, and I went down there. Of course, I'm an outsider in there. Bunch of Native Americans was working there. I mean, primarily, I was about the only white boy in there. So I go into their little break room. They got a gallon jar of eggs. And I should have knew they was setting me up. And they offered me one of them eggs, and I took it, and that was one of the hottest damn things I ever put in my mouth. They didn't have to worry about me eating their eggs. Oh, that was hot. I mean, pickled eggs ain't all bad. I like pickled eggs. But them was some hot pickled eggs. Oh, Carlos, did you check out that video I showed you about them eating all them hot peppers? That world's contest for the hottest pepper eater. Little bitty old Oriental gal won that thing. Oh, Carlos, good on diaper rashes. I think it's March when I get it. Oh, okay. Oh, good looking W9 just pulled in. Sure would like to give me another W9. Give me a W9 18 speed. Boy, you can ride and guide. Styling and profiling. Look at there. He got enough sense. He knows how to set up to back into that spot them boys was fighting for. No, he's going to go on over to the fuel island. Venom, what's up? Ogden, Utah. Been there. But then again, you ain't gonna call out too many places I ain't been. Hershey's. I ain't been to Hershey's out there. Usually when I was out there, I was picking up some kind of taters. Now, my chili's good. And no, it's not hot. I was a carny back in the day. I ran a hamburger joint for them. Made a lot of money too. I was set up at a, oh damn it, I can't think of their name. It's a Mexican market in Texas. And I had this lady, she came up and ordered a couple hamburgers, and I asked her if she wanted hot sauce, and yes, she did. So I put on there what was supposed to be hot sauce. She did her shopping, came back out, and she informed me, that's not hot sauce. She said, you want some hot sauce? Come inside with me, I'll show you. And she showed me to pick out a bunch of different peppers, cut them all up, put them in this jar with a little bit of vinegar, and she says it's hot the way it is right now. If you cook it, it gets hotter. And boy, was that stuff to hit. But I've lost the recipe. I don't have the recipe no more with the name of the peppers that she had me picking. Fiesta Mart. That's what they're called, Fiesta Mart. But yeah, that stuff was a big hit for a while. Oh yeah, Cut and Shoot ain't that far from me. Less than an hour away. What up, Hillbilly? Well, it depends upon who you're listening to there, Evasive. On my channel, we love everybody as long as they're decent. Oh, well, there you go. You might be borderline on that decent. You better be careful. I'm sorry, you work for XPO. XPO is not one of my favorite companies to pick up at. For a trucking outfit, they treat truck drivers like shit. You know, you talk about sea biscuit. I used to eat them chicken in a basket. That's what they were. Man, them things can get addictive. Yeah, some countries horse meat is legal. Grandma ain't never ready for me to leave, now that she admits. Save-A-Lot sells it here in the States. I find that hard to believe. I ain't saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I find it hard to believe. Thank you. This is one of them two new shirts that Little Joe did up. The one on the back, it's got the I stand for the USA and kneel for the cross. Well, that's what you get for being so much younger than me, Carlos. That was my nickname for years. Uh-huh. I used to watch that Kitchen's Nightmare at Hell's Kitchen. Me and Grandma was watching that for quite a while. Then he had the one where he was going around to the restaurants. Man, some of the stuff he found was just disgusting. Well, that ain't all bad, Hillbilly. At least you'll get to see what it's about. Actually, we'll just talk about it. Carlos is gonna, I forwarded it to him. He's gonna put it over there on the Patreon page for folks. Oh. Oh yeah. I'm old Jarhead. I got my pride. Well, JJ, who was you backing? How come I figure you're a Democrat? Maybe because some of our conversations in here. I did answer, Lauren. I told you, yes, I got it. I forwarded it to Carlos, and he's going to put it up on the Patreon page. Thank you very much. Actually, when I told him about it earlier, I didn't mention your name in case you didn't want to have your name thrown around. December 5, Emily. Mitch, it's people like you that's got me putting out that other shirt so that I don't have to like you. I can change my mind. Actually, I thought I was going to like you, but I am going to change my mind. What's up, Brian? What happened to my voting updates there? Oh, that sucks, Hillbilly. Well, if you read on the back of their trucks, they all claim that they do. To me, none of them do. But I don't like all this fancy coffee nowadays. I like just regular old coffee. Just give me Folgers in the morning and I'm fine. No, I do not. I don't believe in horoscopes. Cool. Cool. Thank you. So far, Republicans are holding it. It's getting a little bit chilly up here. I'm down to like 50. In case y'all didn't notice, I got my curtains closed. Carlos is trying for an evening job. He wants to clean my truck. He's always peeking in there telling me he needs to come clean my truck. I can't afford him. I'm already paying his cousin to cut my grass. Oh, I hear you there, hillbilly. Where you out of there, American hillbilly? Yes, I do believe in ghosts. You can't believe in God and not believe in ghosts. Spirits, whatever you want to call them. Well, that's all right. Hillary was projected to win too. And boy, did she miss it. All their projections are is what has already been counted. And I learned a long time ago that the Democrats vote a lot earlier because most of them ain't got a job. So then when the working class gets off, they come in to vote. And that changes stuff. Exactly, Emily. That's what I was saying. Hagerstown, Maryland. Used to go to a grocery warehouse up there. I don't remember the name of it now. They did have overnight truck parking, but damn, they was slow. Luckily back then was on paper log. Well, of course I do. I haven't either, Evasive. It's funny how that works. Exactly, Mitch. The media likes to get out there and holler all their nonsense, and it ain't nothing but a brain game. They know most people don't like to vote for who they think is losing. They want to say they voted for the winner. So they had a large influence for years. And that's what's happening to a lot of the Democratic base right now. They now have it where we've got all this media out here the social media, and people can find out more than just what comes across the TV tube. So it's really affecting them. So now the media, they still try to play their old games, convince everybody that this side's winning or losing, trying to get you to change your vote and vote their way. They have an agenda. Republicans 50, Democrats 40. They still need that extra one. I hear you, hillbilly. No, I don't convert good at all. Fix to fire my truck up and have that heater running. Let it warm it up in here again. Keeps this up, and I might sleep good tonight. Now, I sleep good when it's chilly. Yep, y'all gonna have to listen to the truck item. Well, it ain't cooled off all the way, but it cooled down. Couldn't make good meal there, buddy boy. It don't take long to clean one. Uh, 51 now. Oh, me too. We used to go hunting them growing up. We had coon dogs. I've been known to be out walking them old Missouri hills for all night. Stop and build your little fire, make you a pot of coffee. We'd sit around and drink a little coffee and warm up, listen to the dogs and wait on them to treat. Then you'd take off after them dogs and hope it wasn't a damn possum. Oh, the old man would get mad if they treat a possum. All right, CL, be good. I still don't think he was a Muslim. I think he was just a troll. Yes, there goes the back scratcher, Carlos. Made in Mexico. See? Actually, it don't say that. It says Tennessee on it. Tell you what, if y'all ever get a chance to go to that aquarium in Chattanooga, that's a pretty cool aquarium up there. All right, Mike, night. I'm about to get off here myself for too much longer. Give Grandma a call and let her flirt with me. Well, cool. Remember, you don't fail a test because you can't downshift worth a damn. As long as you can get it in the hole, that's all that really counts. Grandma don't want to shave my back. We've had that discussion. Well, that'd be cool. Especially the no-cost you. Question is do they give you anything to live off of while you're going to school? Been my experience, them bills keep rolling in whether you're going to school or not. That coasting to the stop sign ain't gonna be good. Oh, well, that's cool on Florida. I gotta undo my belt, cut my belly. I had barbecue chicken and wild rice for dinner. Oh, speaking of that, Carlos, on a serious note, I picked up some beef jaw. I ain't never cooked it before. Me and Grandma talking about just throwing it in a pressure cooker. But have you ever cooked beef jaw? If you have, let me know what's good to do with it. I came across, I grabbed some lamb the other day and cooked it. I had never cooked lamb before. I thought I'd messed it up, but I had some for lunch today. It was actually pretty decent. Had some the other night and it was good, but then I cooked it a little bit more. It wasn't done enough for Grandma. Thought I'd overcooked it, but no, it still turned out good. So I will try the lamb again. But I've seen it and I've seen some beef jaw. I had never cooked it. Nope, don't talk to my company about that. I've got a few people that want to run team with me. You got to have 2 years experience to come over here. And they're not set up for teams at all. So, and I already talked to them and they said, no, they don't like that idea. Beef jaw. You know what beef is, right? That's a cow. You know what a jaw is, that's right here. Yep, beef jaw. Nope, Joe's on a hog. That's what you turn into bacon. I know what to do with it. Been there, done that. It looks like a big old cheek's what it looks like. Well, give me a recipe for it, Emily, and I'll try it. Email me a link or a recipe or something. I'll give it a try. I love my head cheese. I got a place in Missouri that makes hot head cheese. It's about the only thing that I really eat hot. Good stuff. But head cheese is one of them things that you either love or you hate. And most people pass judgment on it because of its name. All right, Josh, you want to take care, brother? Wackadoodle, what's up? No, I ain't sitting at a dock. I'm sitting over here at the Lowe's by our yard. Well, I'll tell you what, if you get to Missouri, the, what is it, the Fuel City, either Fuel City or Fuel Mart. I think it's Fuel City. There's about 3 of them that I know of. One on 70, one on 44, or is that 40? No, that's 44. Just outside of St. Louis, over by Gray Summit. Then there's one on 55. They're about the only ones I know that carry the good stuff. Down in Georgia, there was a lot of them that had Souths. And they tried to pass Souths off as head cheese. It ain't the same animal. Souths has got too much vinegar. Oh boy, that ain't good on that gap closing. About out of Mountain Dew. About out of ice too. Oh, I'm bobtailing. I just slid in over here on the side, out of the way. Got a Walmart truck in front of me. Michael's behind me. I left all the real parking spots for the big trucks. One of my pet peeves, folks. Pull into a truck stop and see a bobtail backed up all the way against the back, and then another bobtail over here beside him. That's very aggravating. If you're in a bobtail and you see another one done backed up, park in front of him. Worst case scenarios, if he has to leave before you, he's gonna knock on your door and tell you to move. Let him out. There's no need to have 6 bobtails taking up 6 spots. I hate Walmart. Well, bombers say what? Alright, see you later, BYXH. Well, that's only if you're in the middle lane. If you're at a place like this, you got back up to the curb everywhere. Unless you're on the side like I am, which ain't a real parking spot. That's all we got is Peter cars. Alright, say what? Good night. In Texas, it's all going my way. We'll see how it all ends up in the long run, but it sounded good for Texas. The house ain't looking too good nationwide. Now I warmed it up in here. One parking spot up there that everybody's been dodging. And it's not a hard spot if you know how to do your setup. That's the problem with the training that is being given by these rookie truck drivers to new truck drivers, is they haven't even learned themselves how to do a proper setup to back into a halfway difficult hole. This old boy looks like he's gonna set up for it. I can't tell. Now he found another one down there he's going for. He's going for the one I'm looking at. That ain't a very good setup for it. He's too far away. It's all in your setup, people. It's all in your setup. Good night, Hillbilly. Thanks for joining us. I hear you, Evasive. Well, of course Pelosi does. Florida won what, J.A.? There's two parties there. If one party won, I don't know if that was a victory or not for the people. It's kind of like Georgia. If they go blue, I feel sorry for them. Either one, Florida or Georgia. Yeah, that's about what I figured, Emily. Cruz is a good man. He did his best to do everything that he said he would when he was running. And a lot of Texans backed the man. And Abbott's a damn good man too. And you wouldn't know it, but he's in a wheelchair. He's a crippled up old feller. But he doesn't use that as a crutch or a means to get elected or any of that stuff. He just goes on about life. I don't like her at all, Mitch. There's nothing about her I like. Oh yeah, Brian, we got a bunch of tight ones. you got to be on top of your game. Some of the places we go, we're LTL, less than truckload. And some of the places we go into are a challenge. The backing in or having to pull through and back in off of a street and block traffic. And okay, Emily, that's cool. Republican governor in Florida, that's good. Actually, you're right, Carlos. It is much appreciated. Because I can't go surfing and looking while I'm doing the live stream. And I definitely want to know. Actually, I voted for Ross Perot. I said back then that we needed a businessman running this country. I said it then and I said it now. That was the best thing about Trump. I didn't like Trump. His personality and his ego and everything else, I wasn't crazy about Trump. I wanted Cruz to make it up there to run. However, I did vote for Trump because I couldn't vote for Hillary. I didn't like her husband and his ways, and I didn't like her and her ways. I don't trust either one of them farther than I push his big truck. And I don't feel very strong today. So yeah, this country has needed a businessman running this country for a long time. But Ross Perot was so matter-of-fact and stern, he wasn't a people's person. That's what hurt him. Cool. Well, that's her name, Hillary. And she earned it by the blood of our people over in Benghazi. We did just get 51. That's awesome. You know what Trump's been hollering the last few days? Well, I said that I wasn't that crazy about the man. I really wasn't. But I agree with a lot of what he has said all along. And there's a difference in agreeing with what they say and liking them as a person. And what he's been saying while he's been out stump thumping, that the Democrats was going to destroy everything that he has got done, that's a fact. They was going to waste more money on more investigations, you know, going to investigate the White House, Trump and his staff. Why? What'd he do? You going to waste more money on a Russian investigation? I hate to think how much money all that nonsense cost, and nothing there, nothing. The only thing they found led back to the Democratic Party. Imagine that. More of the Democrats doing it and hollering somebody else is. Evasive? I'm not as old as your daddy. I'm just a pup. I'm a good-looking one, but don't let these good looks fool you. It didn't take me very long to get to be this good-looking. Carlos, give yourself a 30-minute timeout. I wonder who that independent is. Ooh, that sucks on the House. But all the votes ain't in yet. Yep, that's right, Mitch. He was correct. Well, I tell you, I actually remember when JFK got shot. I was probably about 4 then, I think. I wasn't in school yet. And we lived in St. Louis. One of the few times we lived in a city. My mom was ironing clothes in the living room, and I was playing in the floor. My 3 older brothers were in school, and my mom just started crying and carrying on, and I asked her what was up. That's when she told me the president had been shot. And I remember that very vividly. But as time has grown, and I have as well, JFK, he was a player, folks. He wasn't the sweet innocent that they all want you to think he was. He was a player. No. Well, what the hell makes you think you're a thought now, Carlos? Didn't even nobody say where's Carlos at tonight. See, I go through all the hassle of trying to figure out how to give him that blue hammer, and it goes to his head. That's a fact, Emily. Mitch, that's a hell of a memory, buddy. I like to tell the grandbabies that they're getting on my last nerve, and Grandma look at him, shake her head. He ain't got any nerves. You can't get on him. Or you hurt my last feeling, and it's the same thing. He don't have any feelings, baby. She didn't. I'm like, Grandma, you're not helping the situation. That old woman's mean to me. As good as I am to her. She's gonna get one of these. Pow! Right in the kisser. Yeah, just said the Democrats lost that seat in Missouri. And how many of you remember that show? And just one of these days, just pow, right in the kisser. Oh, I'm just a baby. You don't want to know how old I am. I was too, Emily. I was worried about Missouri. That's right, the honeymooners. We was at Walmart the other day, and Grandma was in a ornery mood. And I told her, I said, woman, just pick out a spot, and I'm going to just knock you out right here in the store. Just figure out where you want to land on the floor. Some woman heard me. She got all upset. Yeah. She started watching us, following us around. Yep. Al Gore, please. Sometimes I wonder about you, Evasive. I bet you're a cross-dresser too, ain't you? Yeah, I was reading up on a little bit of this before I went live. And they are so excited that the first openly gay man got voted into the Senate, and the first openly lesbian got voted in, and I'm like, okay, did you really think people was going to vote on their sexual preference? Me, I figure whoever gets in up there is going to be having sex with me anyway. So, and I won't even have to see them to do it. Cool. Actually, it ain't been 30 years yet. And I started with J.B. Hunt. I got one of these plastic Peterbilts. You can't stir me up, Evasive. You can just make me wonder about your sanity. And I'm really starting to worry about you. You are proof that drugs do have a long-term effect. And those drugs you did back in the 70s, damn, they're showing on you today. Uh-huh. Was he shot in 62? Okay. It says he was shot in 63. Y'all make up my mind. Carlos says he was shot in 59. See there? That goes to prove your mama shouldn't have been doing drugs when she was thinking about having sex, because it still affected you. Well, if the internet says it, it must be true, according to Abraham Lincoln. See there? I told you, I'm just a baby. JJ, or JA, you need to work on that math a little bit. Well, I hope I do. They're hurting. Caught arthritis. Too many years holding this steering wheel. And I really don't like the steering wheel on this Peter car. Just something about the way I hold it that gets rubbing these fingers right here. I used to have a habit of when I'd hold it, I'd have that little finger, I'd have the steering wheel between them. Well, I broke that habit years ago. But still, there's not a good way to hold this steering wheel. So after a full day of it, it gets pretty old. Yeah, I am a baby boomer. Oh, if that's the case, Brian, I'm in trouble because I damn sure feel old. Oh no, we'll go through withdrawals. Well, Mitch, I'm only a couple years older than you. Folks, I'm 58. I was born in 59. Late 59 at that. And I remember, Mitch, you probably do too, when we was in our early 30s, they was hollering in that Social Security was going to be gone in the next 10 to 20 years at the most. And it's still around. They keep robbing it is what the problem is, and they don't pay back the money that they steal out of it. If they would quit financing all these illegals, then they might be able to pay it back. If they would quit giving money away to countries that hate us and want to kill us, they might be able to pay it back. That's why the Democratic Party don't like old people. Who was that girl a few years back that wanted to have a van going around euthanizing old people? Stupid stuff like that. They're not smart enough to realize that one day they'll be old. They don't get that. Oh, that's terrible. 172, 166. Oh, they're playing off something I had said, Carlos. Well, no, Kavakian, or that ain't quite how you're supposed to pronounce it. That was a whole different animal there. He assisted people in suicide, is what he was doing. I think he finally went to jail over it. But this was some young girl back in Obama time that she was saying that they should have a ban going around. It was the same time that Obama was saying that, well, when you get old, you should expect to live with some pain. I would like to be his pain. I know, JJ. That's why I told him you was playing off something I'd said. No, I don't keep up with boxing. I don't keep up with no sports. Only thing I keep up with is No Prep Kings and Street Outlaws. About as close as I get to sports. And that ain't sports. Well, I really don't have a favorite outlaw. Now, JJ out of Memphis, first couple of times I seen him on Street Outlaws in Oklahoma, I wasn't that crazy about him. But since they started the Memphis one, and I've gotten to know him a little bit better, he ain't too bad of a guy. Of the Oklahoma boys, in the beginning, I liked Chief, but he's done let the TV and the show go to his head. A bunch of them have. And I don't know, probably Kamikaze. He's pretty cool. He's down to earth, got his own little homemade car there. Now, he inherited it from, who was the skinny boy that died right after the show started? It's his old Camino. But I really don't have any favorites off the Oklahoma crew. Well, other than Farm Truck and Asian, they can crack you up. Yeah, and I'm going to cut back on your beans and rice. Was it Flip? Did he shoot himself? I didn't know what happened to him. I know he was a serious smoker like I am. Oh, I tell you something me and Grandma's got going. See if anybody got a good recipe for us. Our neighbor lady across the road, real sweet lady. She's 84 years old. A worker, oh my Lord, she's constantly out there working. She's got a few acres. And she's out there every day. And she goes around to these food pantries and she picks up food for some of the other elderly and needy people around us, and she'll go take it around to them. And come on, truck. Thank you. Down to 50 degrees now. But a couple of the old people have passed away, so she found herself with some extra food, and it was accumulating. So she asked Grandma if she knew anybody that could use the food. Grandma was like, yeah, I know a few people. So she went over there to get it. And in amongst all this stuff was some dried cherries. So Grandma was telling me some of the stuff that she had picked up, was discussing who she should take it to. And I told her, I said, them dried cherries you ought to keep. Well, why? Well, the holidays are right around the corner. You can use them for cooking. We need to get a little bit of moonshine and soak them dried cherries in moonshine. Then you can bake up something, loaf bread, loaf cake, something. We went and picked up a little bottle of moonshine yesterday and put it in there, just barely covered them. Boy, by this morning, it done soaked it up. Cherries are out of the moonshine. So she went and picked up more today. So we need us a decent recipe, preferably low carb. But we are both trying to watch our carbs and our sugars. But Grandma's needing a recipe for what to cook them black cherries in. Orange County. Well, that's what I was saying, Anthony. I told her that you remember those fruit cakes. I said you ought to make something in that line. Oh. Now I really ain't paid them no mind, dude. I know Warwick over there in Australia, he said they're getting a bunch of them 990s in over there. Well, the Democrat won the governor's slot in Illinois, according to what I was hearing earlier. Alright, let's see if I got any ice left at all. Well, very little. Let me pour a little bit of dew in there. And I don't want to walk in there tonight to get any more ice. I'll do that in the morning. Stay, cup, stay. I've got a drink. It's a balancing act in here. back in the day, Peterbilt had a bunch of recalls because they tried saving pennies per truck and using a bolt that kept snapping on the spring shackles. And Volvo, they put out their truck, and this was all in the same year at the same time actually, because they both had recalls. Government made them call it back. Volvo, their trucks were overweight on the steer tires when they was empty. Wasn't nothing you could do about it, just too heavy up front. That would have been back in the mid-90s, I guess. Oh yeah, that's Diet Mountain Dew. Actually, Carlos, back in the day, I had a rubber chicken hanging out my trailer door back there, out my little door. Back when I was a chicken hauler. Oh, goodness. Dadgum, people, we're going on 2 hours tonight. What did I miss? What are y'all naming? Oh, yeah, I don't know, PACCAR or something, whatever Peterbilt puts in their new trucks. It ain't a kitty cat, and it ain't a Detroit. I like my 60 series. They don't make them no more. Yeah, actually, it's been a pretty good truck. I don't know, I just turned it off. I got right at 430,000 on it. 424,000 I got on it. And I had one water hose that rubbed on it. That's the only breakdown I've had with it. Its biggest thing is computer updates. That's a pain in the butt. I have lights that come on the dash. I ain't got a clue what they are. Now, I'll call the shop. They'll tell me not to worry about it. I'll get into the shop and they'll put a computer on it. And it's just a computer update. A software update. They find it hard to believe, but we have actually drove trucks, some of us, that didn't have a computer attached to it. Oh, okay, you're talking about the chicken. I had a German Shepherd named Smokey. Oh no, these are set to not idle. Well, if it's a naked chicken, we might have to name it Bill Clinton. Right? I hear you, Mitch. Harley closed all their factories again. I don't think they've got any left over here now. They might have. Put all their drivers out of business. That was so heartbreaking. First time I seen a Harley trailer being pulled by a Schneider truck. And once again, they closed their factories and sent to work to Italy again. Now, I told Grandma, if we buy another bike, it will not be a Harley. If I'm going to make something made overseas, and it ain't going to be a Harley. I understand business and all that. All of them do that anymore, Emily. Josh, do you know how much APUs cost? Our new trucks will all have APUs on them. I have one of them that has a EPU. So if I wanted to go back there and turn it on, I'd have a heater in here. But I don't feel like going back there, so I'll idle it every few minutes. Well, Carlos, hold on for one more minute, and we'll break that 2 hours, and then I'm going to call it off. You're right, Josh. You're right at 10,000. All right, Anthony. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I've been eyeballing them Indians too, Mitch. So, folks, we just broke the 2 hour. I think that's a new record. So, with that, I'm going to tell you all thanks for coming in. Go over and check out the Facebook page, please. Go sign up on Patreon. Check out the t-shirts. This is one of them. I appreciate y'all. Y'all remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. Thanks a lot for coming in. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Good night, Whack-a-hacky. Whack-a-doodle. Go ahead with that final, Emily. Damn it, 173 to 184. Good night, everyone. Emily, thanks a lot for them updates. That was cool. You too, Evasive. Good night. Brian, good night. Carlos, JJ, everybody else, good night.